so often asked the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now. Welcome to the American Dream.
The American Dream.
You're watching The American Dream?
The American Dream.
Showing you the real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
Let's get this party started right now.
Let's go do this.
It is heating up once again.
We're the Davids going up against the Goliath. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
The staple of the neighborhood. Can't wait to present it to you.
It's all about lifestyle.
In your community.
That's what this show, The American Dream, is all about. Cheers to your American Dream.
Over the last 100 years, Cincinnati has seen incredible growth. Neighborhoods with beautiful craftsman and Tudor homes were popping up by the dozens in the early 1920s. Both 100 years ago and today, there are so many reasons why thousands of residents, businesses, architects, and the like have chosen to make this city their home. Today, we only have time to go over a few, so join me on this brief 100-year celebration of the Queen City. I'm your host, Charissa Napoles, today on The American Dream and Selling Cincinnati. It's the Roaring 20s, and Cincinnati is booming. The subway breaks ground, Cincinnati, Hamilton, and Dayton Railway begin operation, and this Midwestern town is being put on the map. 100 years ago, in 1925, William DeHart Hubbard sets the long jump record and later becomes the first African American to win a gold medal in the Olympics. Some of the city's most notable architecture, such as Carew Tower and Union Terminal, are just at the inception and building stage. Prohibition begins, but that does not slow down the entertainment scene in Cincinnati. The Opera has its start in 1920, and the Reds have just won their first World Series in 1919. About 3,000 underground speakeasies would operate during Prohibition in Cincinnati, but the brewery industry did suffer significantly. It took some time, but it is alive and well again today, with over 80 tap rooms and local breweries in the area. Over the next few decades, Cincinnati continued to grow. Railroads began operation. In 1933, Union Terminal opens for business. And in 1937, the first Cincinnati Bengals football team is formed. It would be disbanded in 1941 and has no relation to the current team by the same name, supposedly. Cincinnati gets through the Depression and World War II and comes out into the 50s with a renewed sense of purpose. Mid-century modern architecture had a heyday here, and in 1952, Cincinnati Children's Hospital would become the first place to make open heart surgery possible through a heart-lung machine. Cincinnati is home to more nation's firsts, including the first public television station in 1954. The start of the 21st century began strong in Cincinnati with the opening of the Paul Brown Stadium in 2000 and the Great American Ballpark in 2003. Cincinnati is also home to the second oldest zoo in the country, with famous residents such as Fiona becoming a landmark figure in the community. Speeding ahead to this new year of 2025 with many bright things ahead for this city, as more than 280 new businesses have been registered in 2024. Whether you are a longtime resident, a transplant, or someone considering a trip or move to this great Midwestern city, there is and always will be something new and exciting to see or do. You can watch a country music star, take in a Broadway play, or Pop's Orchestra concert all in a weekend. From local shops to restaurants, bars, breweries, and amazing outdoor spaces, Cincinnati will never bore you. Over 840 miles of trails weave through the city's numerous parks. And with a diverse population and rich history, there's no doubt that Cincinnati will continue to be a key location in the American Midwest. I hope you've enjoyed this brief tour of some of Cincinnati's most beloved landmarks. I've been your host, Charissa Napoles. Tune in next time on The American Dream.
Welcome to the beautiful Oregon District in downtown Dayton, Ohio. The Oregon District is Dayton's very first historic district that was designated in 1972. Today is home to local restaurants that vary from fine dining to pubs and breweries and local shops throughout. Today we're going to take a tour of Jimmy's Italian Cuisine and Bar on 5th Street and see what they have to offer. Welcome to the American Dream TV. I'm your host, Brandon Weiss. Albert, great seeing you again.
Good to see you, Brandon.
Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Where are we right now, Albert?
We are in our new location, Jimmy's Italian Cuisine and Bar on 5th Street, located in downtown Dayton, right off the Oregon District.
It's awesome. I love the ambiance. I love what you've done with the place, and I see you've got some really good bruschetta here.
Oh yeah, we have to start off with some good stuff.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Why did you guys decide to open up an Italian restaurant here in the Oregon District?
Well, we have another location in Kettering, and we've been looking to open up another place for us. And just last year, we came with an opportunity for this place, and we just realized that this could be a very good potential for downtown. We love downtown Dayton. My parents have been here for over 20 some years, and being downtown, it's just close to home for us.
Yeah. Now, where did your parents originally come from?
So my mom came from Croatia and my dad came from Kosovo. And then they went to the Netherlands, and then that's where I was born. We got the opportunity to move to the United States, and we chose to move to Dayton. And ever since we've been in Dayton, it's just been really welcoming for us.
Your family, they came from 2 different countries outside of the United States and just took a whim on Dayton, Ohio?
Yes.
And they just love it that much?
They love it.
That's amazing. I hear from the locals that this place has won Best Italian Restaurant a couple times in the past several years. What makes you guys stand out from your competitors?
Well, we like to welcome everyone with open arms. The ambiance in here, it's very calm and relaxing. People love to sit down and enjoy a glass of wine or just have a nice place to hang out. And we like to take time and talking to the customers, seeing how everything is, and always tell them we would love to see them back. But more importantly, it's the food, which I think we should go check it out.
Let's do it.
We're gonna be making one of the popular favorites here, the Albert Special.
Okay.
And also the eggplant parmesan.
Albert Special, that sounds good. What makes that so special?
We mix in spinach, mushrooms, red peppers, a spicy marinara, and saute it with grilled Tuscany chicken.
Do you get your ingredients locally, or where do you get your ingredients?
So we get our ingredients from local farmers that come in every 2 weeks.
Oh, so you're also helping out the community as well?
Oh, absolutely. We love to help out the community as much as we can.
I'm really looking forward to trying the Albert Special.
You'll definitely like it.
So when people come to eat here, what else can they expect to find on your menu?
Well, we obviously have Italian here, but we also have chicken wings that we have for our appetizers. What we do with our chicken wings is we half bake them, and then we drop them in the fryer as they're half baked, and it gives them more of the juiciness and tenderness of the flavor of the chicken wings. But we also add our hot sauce into it that we make here.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Are there any other dishes that you might recommend that you like?
Yes, my mom's homemade baklava. So with the baklava, it's a thin pastry with nuts, and we let it sit in caramel and honey, and then we drizzle caramel on top with some powdered sugar onto it.
Oh, wow.
Fan favorite here.
That sounds delicious. Well, Albert, thank you for your time today and showing us a little bit behind the scenes of your amazing restaurant that you have here.
Thank you for coming in. I do appreciate that. And I just want to give a thanks out to the Dayton community for welcoming us with open arms down here. And it's been a great year for us, and I hope to see new faces.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today on our beautiful tour of the Oregon District in downtown Dayton, Ohio. And until next time, I'm your host, Brandon Weiss with the American Dream TV.
Xenia, Ohio tornado. Still 50 years later, one that gets talked about here. It's an event that only lasted for several hours.
Tornado was the deadliest in the 1974 super outbreak, the second worst tornado outbreak in U.S. history.
50 years ago, this was a thriving downtown, and in an instant, it was gone. Today, it looks like a disaster zone once again, but not for long. I'm Adam Martin, lifestyle and real estate expert, and your host of the American dream. Today we're in Xenia, Ohio, where we're building something truly incredible. For decades, the city center struggled to find its way back, but that's all changing. Guided by vision, community, and a $140 million investment, the Market District is taking shape. But it's not all about the new. The old is getting a second chance as well. This building has stood through it all. Once the original Kroger's of Xenia, and most notably, the famous Donji's Pharmacy, a true community hub. And now, we're writing the next chapter. Soon to be the home of Feather and Ball, a one-of-a-kind retail store with a heart for connection. Imagine this. It's Friday night, sipping wine, listening to jazz. Saturday, crafts with the kids, or Thursday night spent with friends for a book club. Feather and Ball is more than just a retail store. It's a hub for connection and creativity. While Feather and Ball might be the new community hub of Xenia, nothing brings the community together more than high school sports. And this time of year, that means Buccaneers lacrosse. This stadium has seen champions rise, rivals ignite, but more than anything, it's where this community comes together. Xenia is a town that knows how to rebuild, whether it's its downtown blocks or the champions on this field. At the end of the day, it's not just about the game. It's about what we build on this field, in this town, and for our future generations.
You know, being part of teenagers' lives during this part of their process in high school is really fun to do. I've been around coaching for 33 years, and their growth and maturity is probably the easiest thing to see change from a freshman to a senior, because they figure out it's not about them, it's about something bigger than them.
Hi, my name's Connor Kostreva. Something that makes me keep coming back to the game is after everything hard put into it, after all the early mornings, rough practices, early days, all the long games that we've had, is just what Xenia Lacrosse can be and the story behind it. Xenia started off as a program from the bottom. We had to raise all of our money, barely even had enough players to play a game. Sometimes we had to play 10 when there's supposed to be 11 on the field. But they stayed with it because they knew Xenia could be something big one day. They wanted to make it a program that Xenia goes down in lacrosse history for. Another thing is always wanting to make my family proud, my brother proud. That is always something in the back of my mind, that I want to be one of the best players in Xenia to play the game. I want people to remember me, and people to remember what I've done for the program, make my mom proud. And after all the love and dedication you put into the game, it's not something you could just go and give up on the next morning. You want to improve every day that you possibly can. So it's always just something that's there, something that you want to be with throughout the day.
I'm Adam Martin, and this is the American Dream.
Hi, I'm Brian Sharp, your host for The American Dream. Thank you for joining me again as we get to learn more about selling Dayton and the rich arts and culture that exists here. Today, you're going to join me as we meet Michael Rediger, the president and director of the Dayton Art Institute, and his staff as we get to learn and see more of the Dayton Art Institute. Joining me today is Michael Rediger. director and president of the Dayton Art Institute. Hi, Michael.
Hi.
So I want to talk about this gem of the Gem City, the Dayton Art Institute. Give me a little history, if you will.
So we were founded in 1919 and pretty much more as a school than an art museum, hence the name, the Dayton Art Institute. It was a house in downtown Dayton where they started with the arts and crafts movement. They were making furniture and lamps and that type of thing, and people got wind of it and wanted to participate. So they started teaching classes, and we had a 4-year art degree that you could get here until 1974. They closed the school. This gorgeous Italian Renaissance building was completed in 1930 and opened to the public. It is nearly 130,000 square feet of art from around the world.
So if you were speaking to someone that's watching this, that's never been to Dayton or never been, or God forbid, a local Daytonian that's never been to the museum, what would you tell them? Why come?
I would say to come because we really are a rich part of Dayton's history. Our collection is loved around the world. Internationally, I have people that I meet and they'll say, oh, the collection in Dayton. There are very few museums like this in a community of our size. I would say come because everyone's welcome here. We're very inclusive and we want everyone in our community to feel ownership of this museum. We're the caretakers. We don't own it. We manage it, but it's for everyone. So I hope people will come and visit and feel like, wow, I do belong here. I'm proud of this museum and I'm proud of Dayton and the region.
I'm now joined by Jerry Smith, head curator at the Dayton Art Institute, to talk about one of the great pieces in the collection.
Yeah, we have many fabulous works, certainly, but I would say probably the best known in the collection, it's certainly the most requested by other museums to borrow, is our Claude Monet water lilies. It's Monet in his gardens at Giverny that he planted, he controlled, and it allowed him to return to the same subject over and over to catch that shifts of light, changes from times of day and season, and it's just an incredible work.
Jerry, thank you so much for giving us a little taste of the collection. Let's encourage all those who are watching to come see the rest. There is so much to see. We could not possibly take the time to show you all of it, which is on purpose because you need to come see the rest of the collection that is housed at the amazing Dayton Art Institute. I'm Brian Sharp, your host for The American Dream and Selling Dayton. Thank you for joining me today at the Dayton Art Institute, where we learned much more about all that it has to offer to the culture of this great community. Join me next time for Selling Dayton and the American Dream.
Did you know that you can stay in one of 8 luxury cabins nestled in the woods across 140 secluded acres right in the heart of Hocking Hills? Hey everyone, I'm Jami Kinton-Sluss with Selling Ohio, and this is the American Dream.
I'm here with Keith Mondel, one of the owners here at Cherry Ridge Retreat, and we are inside the Lake House Cabin. Keith, this place is spectacular. Tell me a little bit about how Cherry Ridge Retreat got started.
Yes, well, Cherry Ridge Retreat first started as a family getaway. and we would come down on the weekends, and we would cut trails, and we would just play on the tractor and try to learn what it's like to take care of a property. It wasn't until 2002 that Cherry Ridge Retreat actually turned into a business, and we built our very first cabin that year, and quickly realized that we wanted it to be more of a full retreat. So we quickly built our second and third cabin, and eventually turned into 8 cabins here on the property.
Wow. And what would you say? I know there's a lot of beautiful places here in Hocking Hills, but what really sets yours apart?
I think it's the seclusion and privacy that we have here at the retreat. We have 150 acres. We have 5 miles of trails, 5 ponds on property, multiple pollinator plots. There's so much to explore here on the property.
And this was actually your family's second home for a while. So tell me, for you, what makes this really special?
Yeah, the lake house was. It was our family retreat that later turned into one of the cabins that we rent. And it's a place that we have a lot of wonderful memories. A lot of family heirlooms in the cabin. And just, it's just a beautiful retreat.
Describe this one a little bit to me. So how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how many people can sleep and stay here?
Yeah, the lake house sleeps up to 8. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 master suites, and 2 wing bedrooms. There's an outside gazebo. It has an in-ground plunge pool where you can dial in the temperature just the way that you would like it.
Wow.
Also an outdoor fireplace and a TV over the fireplace, so you can sit in the hot tub and watch the game and look at the fireplace, all while sitting in the hot tub.
We are actually in the most popular cabin of the 8. This one is called Ravine's Edge. Of course, this is because it is surrounded by 3 ravines, but the reason that is the most popular, you can probably tell by looking behind me, this amazing shower back here. Keith, tell us a little bit about, how this thing came to be.
Yeah, so my stepfather actually had the idea, why does a shower have to be in the corner or against the wall? Why not pull it into the middle of the room and make it the centerpiece?
Wow.
And so he did that, surrounded it with glass. We have our homemade, custom-made stained glass window against one wall. And it's turned into, just one of the favorite amenities of all the cabins we have.
I love it. Tell me about the rest of the cabin.
Yeah, so we have an outdoor living space that has a hot tub. It has a fireplace and a TV, so you can be sitting in the hot tub and watching the game and enjoying the fire all at the same time. This particular cabin sits at the end of a ravine. It's surrounded by forested acreage. Very private and cozy and warm. It's definitely one of our favorites.
I love it. And in the springtime, you said that lots of flowers in bloom, like when you first come up to the front. Gosh, I would love to see it during that time.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm Jami Kinton-Sluss with The American Dream, and this is Selling Ohio. Thanks so much.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream TV. We created this show to combat negative media, to show that the American Dream is alive and well by showing you real stories in real neighborhoods. Thank you so much for watching the show, and cheers to your American Dream.